It's the Psychedelicatessen, folks, and what we have today is another gem from the 60s, 1968 to be exact. And this one, in my opinion, much more so than the last album that I presented, which was Ire Apparent. This one is a lost gem. I don't know if it's a classic, but it's like this album is really, really good, really well produced, well written, and well played. And I'm talking about The Travel Agency. This came out in 1968. There's no personnel listed on the album. The only connection I can make is Frank Davis, who sang and played guitar apparently in this band, wrote some songs for Fever Tree. And if you're familiar with the band Fever Tree, I believe they're from San Francisco, who are kind of psychedelic, kind of pop. This is much, much better than Fever Tree. This is somewhere in the vein of, well, actually, stylistically, they kind of move across the map. There's Beatle-esque things, there's things that are slightly classical, madrigal, then there's birds type touches. They have great harmony vocals, really well arranged, well produced, nice light psychedelic touches to the arrangements. There's even an Eastern thing going on with, I believe, the beginning of side 2. Yeah. The Travel Agency. I'm hoping to float some of the music underneath so you can get an idea of what this sounds like. Besides the music, the cover art is very, very reminiscent of the time. Just captures it perfectly. And rather than try to describe the cover as we look at it, I'm just looking at it and allowing you to look at it. The record came out on a subsidiary, I believe, of MGM Records, was it? Well, I don't know very many records on this label. Viva Records. So this is kind of an anomaly. And again, for those of you that love the great sound of the late 60s, anywhere from the Byrds through to the Grateful Dead to Jefferson Airplane to Quicksilver, they don't sound like any of those bands. Stylistically, the band is so good, they touch upon many of those styles, but end up not sounding like any of them. And I keep coming back to the Beatles, in the sense that the Beatles would use a lot of different styles very successfully on one album in their songwriting. And that's what's happening here. Trip meter, this is going to be low. It's going to be like a 3 or 4. Like I said, there are some psychedelic touches, but what I really want to impress upon you is the quality of the work itself and the songwriting. Really well played, really well written, surprisingly well recorded for the time, 1968. Not exactly sure why this is not being touted as a lost masterpiece. I'm not going to call it a masterpiece, I'm going to call it a gem. This is very, very good. Very good. And it's like I really don't know that it's necessary to take you song to song on this one. It's like I'll put one track underneath here, and you can get a sense of it. And check this album out. Take a look for it. Possibly find it online to listen to. Possibly as a download. The Travel Agency. All right. We'll see you again soon.